You can come back, but don't touch this. Don't let that fall. Let's wait for everybody to get on. I'm sorry I'm late. Let's see if we can turn this a little that way. Put this on there. There we go. Wait for everybody to get on. Y'all let me know when you're on, please, by saying hello or good evening. Or...
No, one people on. One person on.
No, there's two. It just keeps going up and down. Hey, Carly.
Oh, and make sure to give it a
Give us a thumbs up.
Don't do this. No, that's bad. But do this. That's good.
That's good. Let everybody get a chance to come on. Y'all please say hello when you come on so I know you're there. It just shows me a number. It doesn't tell me who's here. Let me get my notes straight.
Notes. Has notes. I'll hold them.
That's okay, baby.
Okay.
Beth is here. Hey, Beth.
Hola. You thought I was gonna go all crazy, but no. But now I really want to.
Carly's here. Beth is here. John is here. Hey, John. Can you put this back in that notebook for me, please? Remember, don't touch this. Go ahead.
Hey, you can do this. Yeah.
Sorry about the change of area. We had to kind of move around a little bit tonight. I still haven't got it set up. I had to do this on the fly. At like 8:55, I found out that I needed to be right here instead of where I'm usually at. So I apologize for all the stuff in the background. There's a Ka. He's in there.
Where's the papers?
He's in this thing right here. He's hibernating. We're right in here. Other side. Close it. Lock it. Turn it over. Turn it over, not around. Now do it that side. Stop her, please. Or him. Bad kitty. All right, we're going to let everybody get on here. We're going to get started with our coming events and our hellos and hey-yos. Then we'll get on our subject for tonight. If you guys remember last week, I said that we were going to start a new series tonight on demonology within the paranormal. So I'm looking forward to that. I have my research. My researchity works. Just close it and snap that thing in the middle. That's it. Yeah, do that. Hold that part that you opened at the bottom. No, the part that you just opened, the part that's down. Yeah, no. Put it down. Hold it. Now pull up the top. No. Hold the other part. There you go. Just keep pulling. There you go. You're still at the wrong place. Like talking to a wall.
Hey. Everybody says that.
Well, we're starting to get some people on. We got 8 people on now, so we'll go ahead and get started. I hope everybody had a great week. Can you guys hear me okay? You hearing me and seeing me okay? Y'all let me know. Let's get it in there. Where are the other papers? The other hand. Hear and see. Okay. Awesome, Beth. Thank you. Yes, Johnny, we hear and see you. Thank you, John. Greetings, Johnny. Who said that? Oh, John. Okay. Hello, Brandon. Wow. You're very violent with your highs.
We only have one like.
I know there's 9 people here and 1 like. That's not good.
Yeah.
That means 8 people hate us.
Now 10 people hate us. Wait,
No, now 9. Now 7.
Ugh.
Y'all better go put some likes up there. Everybody that's on right now, go hit that thumbs up button. And if you haven't already done so, please hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you'll get notified every time we come on. Carly says, I love Coda.
I love you.
Hey, Carly, she hates being called Coda. She doesn't like being called. What'd you hit me for? I didn't call you Coda.
You did.
No, I didn't. Carly did.
But,
I was saying she hates being called Coda.
But Dakota's my name.
I know. But you don't like it when people call you Coda.
Dakota.
Dear Lord. Is that your tummy?
Yes.
How's it still? How's your tummy still growling?
I'll eat a banana.
Wow. This kid never stops eating, y'all. She is a freaking machine. I made a big dinner tonight. I made steaks and organic green beans and potato salad and rolls, and she ate too, and now she's wanting more, I guess. She's still growling over here. Anyway, yes, if you haven't already done so, please hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you know when we're on. We're on commonly every Sunday night, 9 p.m. Central Standard Time, but we do have other events and other shows that we do from time to time, like investigations. And we're going to start doing a lot more of that too. So, well, I've always called her Coda, so now we'll go with Dakota. I don't think she cares what you call her. She loves you so much, she doesn't really care. Thank you for subscribing, Brandon. Thank you so much. Welcome to the family.
How to get the banana.
John had pork chops, green beans, and mashed potatoes. Hey, we had pretty much the same thing you did, except for the chops. We had steak and potatoes. We had potato salad. So we had pretty much the same thing you guys had. Meat and potatoes. It's always the funnest thing.
I ate 2 bananas. Now I'm eating 3.
Can you go up and get my drink? It's upstairs. I will hold your banana. Sure. How about we put your banana right here? We'll close it up, put it right here, so I don't have a banana on the show.
Okay.
All right. It's at the foot of the bed. All right, guys. Thank you guys so much for coming in. We've got 12 already. Tonight's going to be a great night. Cream cheese, Danish, and coffee. Ooh, that sounds good, Beth. That would have been a heck of a lot easier. It took me an hour and a half to cook. So that would have been a heck of a lot easier instead of all that. Let's see. What do we got coming up, guys? Oh, I should have done my little lint brush before the show. I'm so sorry. Speaking of lint brushes, you have to have a lint on black. Our black hoodies are still available. Y'all, with this long goatee and the hoodie, I look like I ought to be walking through like catacombs saying, oh, ee-oh, oh, oh, ee-oh, oh. With like a specter in my hand or something. But you can still get these. Bring it down. You can still get these hoodies. They're very great, especially right now, seeing how it's cold. They are long sleeve, of course, but I always have my sleeves up. I can't stand anything on my arms, so I always have my sleeves up like that. That's why all my winter clothes, the sleeves are stretched or creased, because some of the ones that button up, I have to roll up. And the ones that are like this, I have to push them up. How many paranormal things have you seen, if you know an exact number? I do not know an exact number. I've been doing this since I was 8 years old. Hudson, welcome to the show. If there's anybody else, since Brandon, if there's anybody else that has not subscribed to the show yet, please subscribe. You will not be disappointed. I promise you, this is an awesome channel. I mean, you get this.
And banana.
And banana. Why would you not subscribe
And I'm a monkey.
and hit that notification bell
And,
and hit that like button? Why would you not?
And I'm a monkey.
Wow, 8 years old, still too scared. Don't be scared. There's nothing scary about the paranormal. It's just the only scary stuff about the paranormal is what Hollywood has given you. The paranormal's not scary at all. People always say that. I don't know if I could do that. I'd be too scared. There's nothing scary about the paranormal. I promise you.
You gotta believe in yourself and do it.
That's right. But hey, Katie. Katie's here. Where's Margot? I haven't seen her come in yet.
Just because you're scared doesn't mean you don't want to try.
Yeah, you won't be scared. I promise you. If you do it the right way, yeah, there's nothing scary about it. All right, so let's get on to coming events. Dun dun dun. What?
Have you told everybody?
Everybody what?
Everybody. If you hit the subscribe button, you get a freebie.
You get a free Dakota.
Mm-hmm.
Please hit the subscribe button. I only have one in stock, but you can have her. I will mail her to you today. Been considered for 2 years, like learning how to use a fire. It's like knowing how to use a firearm. Hey, Katie. I want a Dakota. Carly wants a Dakota. You can have her, Carly. Come get her. Free of charge.
Mm-hmm.
You will bring her back.
And she has the banana come with her.
And she has a banana that comes too. So.
And she's alive.
You can be entertained and fed all in one shot.
Did you just hear him?
I think that ghost's name is Bud. I think he's in the kitchen.
Bud! You better not
on
be
the counter. Come on. Jump. Y'all, we have blocked off the pathway from the living room to the kitchen and bathroom. And now my big husky is upset because she can't make her rounds. All right. I got some beef jerky. Ooh, some awesome. Share, Hudson. What's your favorite food? My favorite food is chicken. What is your favorite food?
My favorite food is always banana.
Banana. Because she's a monkey. John always sniffs out the trolls. Yeah, trolls will not be tolerated, y'all. John will off with your head quickly. We don't play that here. All right, coming events. Let's do it. We keep getting interrupted. March is our next CAPI camp. If you want to take the class, if you want to know how to investigate the paranormal the right way and not the Hollywood way and all the BS out there, I don't share currently, then you want to take our class. Our class is awesome. It's cheap. We don't do it for money. We do just like the reason why we do this show and every event that we do and everything that CAPI is involved in. We do it for the Real Paranormal, promotion of the Real Paranormal. That's the reason why we're here. That's the reason why we do what we do, is to promote the Real Paranormal instead of that crap that's out there. The class is going to be in Troy, Alabama this time around. It's going to be at a campsite. I do not have the date or the name of the campsite just yet. Go throw that in the trash, please. Don't just set it down. But I'm going to get all that information tomorrow and I will post it and you will know it way before time. All right. We still got another month to go. So, I have another event on the 20th of March, excuse me. So I know it's not going to be that weekend. I'm sorry, I'm eating a mint. It won't be that weekend, but it'll probably either be before or after that. I'm going to talk to the owner of the campgrounds tomorrow and find out when we'll be able to get that done. Nothing in Georgia as of yet, Hudson. We will come and do the class. We'll come anywhere and do the class, depending on the amount of people wanting the class. I won't come to Georgia for one person, but I will come to Georgia for 10 or 12. We don't leave the state for less than 10 people. But we do Thank you, John. That's what I was going to talk about next. Thank you so much for reminding me. But what we do for people that don't have 10 or 12 people that want to take the class, but do want to take the class, but don't live close, we have a website or a web class. We do it online, usually on Zoom or something like that. We'll do a class like that on air, online. So if you know of we need at least 6 to 8 people, preferably 8 people, to do the online class. What's the most people that have been on your stream? I don't know, Brandon. I don't have a clue. I've never really paid that much attention to that. I don't know the most. I really don't. I'd have to go back and look. I don't know. We don't care about stuff like that, so I don't know. We don't really. Cappy, how do you get your merch? Also love your channel. 8 people, I might be able to do that. Okay, Hudson, if you get 8 to 10 people, we'll come to you. Stop. Hold on, I'm gonna talk about merch in just a second. Brandon or whoever asked about that. Or Hudson. But the class is going to be Friday, Saturday, and Sunday in Troy, Alabama, a campground there. If you like to tent camp, you can tent camp. If you're an RV person, you can do it the RV. If you want a cabin, you can get a cabin. This campground that we're going to in March is, hey Tom, is very versatile. They have everything. They have tent camping, primitive, RV, cabins. They have beautiful cabins you can stay in. It's not super expensive. I'll get the prices tomorrow. I'll get the available dates tomorrow, and I'll get the location tomorrow. And I'll make sure I share that with everybody. It'll be on our Facebook. It'll be on everything. It'll be on here next Sunday, and it'll be on our Facebook. Excuse me, both of our Facebook sites. Y'all know we do Central Alabama Paranormal Investigations on excuse me, on Facebook, and we also do CAPI or Alabama Paranormal on Facebook.
Wait.
Oh no, I was supposed to take the label off of that. Not an endorsed sponsor. Sorry.
No one saw anything.
Not even supposed to be drinking Coke, but I'm thirsty. But
I got it. When they see you drinking, I'll go down.
Okay, you put your hand up there. Okay, thank you. So Friday night we come in. Friday night we come in to the camp and we set up camp, and then we do our meet and greet, and we usually have a really nice meal for everybody. And then that night, after all that's over and done with, stop it. Go lay down. After all that's over and done with, we have like a bonfire, a little campfire with stories and just meet and greet and getting to know everybody. Then Saturday morning we get up. When we get up Saturday morning, it's usually around 10, but we never know exactly when we're going to do that. Awesome, Tom. When we get up Saturday morning, we start the classroom portion of the class. It usually takes about 6 to 8 hours for that part. Then we have of course we have breaks in between, and we break for lunch. Then after that, we do that evening, we'll have a little break to where you can have a little free time permitted, where you can go and explore the grounds or hike or fish or whatever you want to do. And then that evening we do a hands-on training with the equipment, where you get to know the equipment. And remember, CAPI only uses equipment that wasn't made for the paranormal. All of our equipment, we don't use any of this crap you see on Amazon and television and the movies and all that stuff. We don't use stuff that doesn't work. All right, we use stuff that is actually wasn't made for the paranormal, but it does work for the paranormal. So, but you get to look at all the equipment, see how it works pertaining to the paranormal, why we think that it, does what it does for us on evidence collection. And then that night we do an investigation, and I see y'all's comments. I want to get to them. I promise you. I'm keeping going. Hello, North Alabama. Watching from the mosque. Cool, Stephen. But approved equipment. Yeah. There's a link John just popped up there. That'll take you and show you all of our approved equipment. And I wish Kyle would come out and say hello so that they could see him. That would be cool if he was to come up with glass.
Is very pretty.
Yeah.
Very pretty.
Both
He's the one of
Jeb is too.
he's the one of we first got.
That people say are creepy or scary. What is your opinion on paranormal experiences that people say are creepy or scary? Hold on, I'll get to that. Then after we've done the hands-on equipment, we actually do an investigation that night that you get to partake in. It's part of the class. The great thing about where we're going to be in March at Troy, at the campground in Troy, Alabama, is it does have paranormal activity. It does have a history of paranormal activity. So that'll be great. We'll be somewhere that actually does have. We like to go places that actually do have paranormal activity because it's better for the students to actually be out there and doing it. So that's it. And then Sunday we get up and give our certificates, usually have a quick breakfast, and then we help everybody pack up and then we go home. Hey, Whitney. And then and that's it. And we have a great time, y'all. CAPI camps are amazing. Every time we have one, everybody loves it. Everybody's sad to leave. They don't want to leave. Everybody wants to stick around and everything. John and I usually have a discussion on about how we can stay for one more day. Usually around Saturday night or Sunday morning, we're talking about, we really don't have to go to work, Monday. We could just stay another day, usually that conversation comes up at least once during the trip, but because we love to camp. It's just so much fun. We have a really, really good time. But I'm really excited about this one coming up because it's a new camp. We've never been there before. But everything I've seen about it is really, really awesome, and it's going to be a lot of fun. So if you're interested in taking the class, that's the best way to do it, is CAPI camp, because you not only do you get to do the class, but you also get to have a blast doing it too. So if you're interested in doing that, what?
Of course, at the CAPI camp, you get free hugs. All of you, if you come there, whoever gets to be there, everybody gets hugs.
Free hugs. Sure. Can't beat it.
But if you're not there, I'm sorry for you.
Then you don't get a free hug.
You don't get Dakota's
That's
hugs.
Right. You don't get Dakota hugs, and there are no hugs like Dakota hugs.
Even I can squeeze you tight.
All right, let's get on this. Come on. All right, we have CAPI Cafe coming up. John, can you put up the dates on that? I think it was February 13th. Is that right? February 13th, if I'm not mistaken. But could you put up the info on that, John? Hard to beat free hugs, right? No one wants to miss out on that. Feel better, Stephen. Why does Stephen need to feel better? I need to catch up on y'all's comments. I am so sorry. I'm going to run out of my mouth. What is your opinion on a paranormal experiences that people say are creepy or scary? That's kind of a vague question. If that scared them, I guess it is scary. I wasn't saying that experiences in the paranormal aren't scary. I was saying investigating the paranormal isn't scary. It's not what people think it is. I guess it could be scary to a lot of people. It was never scary to me, even at 8 years old. I just got fascinated over it. But yeah, normal people are. But I'm not normal. I'm paranormal. But yeah, sometimes it can be very scary. So all right, I saw that. I said, hey to Whitney, greetings. Scariest experiences, if you would like to tell us. My scariest experience. Vaughn Hospital in Selma, Alabama was probably, I was doing something that I'm not supposed to do, but I used to do it. I still do it sometimes because I'm an idiot and I'm kind of like hard-headed, but I was investigating alone in a building, an abandoned building, abandoned hospital. And I was, something happened in the hospital that I don't really want to talk about while I was investigating, and it drew me to a certain area. And so when I got to that area, I heard a noise down the hallway, and I followed the noise to an elevator. There's no power in this building at this point, in this section of the building. And so there was no elevator either. And the door was open just a little bit. And I knew that there was probably no car there. The elevator car was probably not there. So I kind of wanted to see the inside of it. So I opened up the doors. I pried them open with my hands, and I'm not saying I'm super strong. It wasn't hard. The movie makes it look really hard, but it wasn't. It was a little bit of tension, but nothing. But as I got the door open, I was able to get my head in and look down. And I took my flashlight and looked down. It was really cool. I'm not gonna lie. An open elevator shaft. It was just kind of cool. And I looked up and everything. But then as I started to walk away, the doors opened even further so that I could go through them. And I didn't say I opened the doors. I said the doors opened further. Those things are on springs, and the motors turn. They pull the springs, and then whenever they release, they close. And it's on a tension spring with hydraulics. And so I was thinking that maybe it opened up because I'd put pressure on it. So I went over and I looked in there again. I was able to put both hands on the door and look through there like this. And I looked way down and was able to lean further in there. And as I stood up and removed my hands from the side of the now full body open doors, I something pushed me into the shaft. And so I was able to grab the sides of the walls and hold it, but I was having to fight for it. So I guess that's probably the scariest I've ever been, because that was, I was being threatened. I was something, with bodily harm, something bad was fixing to happen. And so that is, you can see part of Dakota's kitchenette. That's her little play kitchenette that she used to play with. But this is all storage behind me, and I had to put the sign up on the storage. So that's why you're seeing all of our boxes and stuff like that. We're getting ready to move, and it's just it's crazy. But I apologize for the new way everything's looking. But yeah, that's probably the scariest I've ever been. It was almost pushed into an elevator shaft at the hospital, and I would, if had I fallen through there, it might. I was on like the third floor, and it's a 4-story building, so it may not have killed me, but it could have busted me up pretty bad, like broken legs and maybe a broken back or neck or whatever, and that would have been no help because no one knew I was there that day. I've not gone investigating by myself again since then without telling someone where I was going to be. That was the last time I did that by myself. But yeah, no one knew I was there. So that could have been bad. I guess that's probably the scariest I've ever been. I'm not really scared during investigations because that doesn't scare me. Is the Demonology 4-part series going to be on this live video, Johnny? Yes, it's coming up in just a few minutes. February 13th at 5 p.m. February 13th at 5 p.m. at, I forgot the name of the place. Is it Chubb Masters? Chubb Masters? Tell me the name of the place, John. I can't believe that popped out of my head. I'm kind of scared of ghosts. One of my biggest fears. There's no reason to be scared of ghosts. Fear the living, Hudson. Don't fear the dead. Got COVID too, and been binge watching all your old streams and shows. Oh, Blake, that's awesome. We'll put you on our prayer list for that COVID crap. I know that's not fun. We miss y'all. We miss y'all too. Yes, everybody with COVID, y'all please feel better and just fight right through that stuff. It's not nice. I know that. A buddy of mine has it. He's actually a buddy of a buddy who has it. He says the worst part about it for him is no taste, because he can't taste anything. He said that's the worst part for him. Griffin family, absolutely, Blake. We will definitely put the Griffin family on the prayer list. John and Beth. Aubrey says, tell Dakota. I'll tell her, Aubrey. John's been scared at a location before. Which one was you scared at, John? Do you have to investigate at night, or is that some Hollywood stuff? That's just Hollywood stuff. We do investigate. Most of our investigations are at night. Who's that, Brandon? That's a very good question. Well, we do most of our investigating at night, but that's just, and the reason why most teams do investigate at night is just to filter out all the stuff that goes on during the day. That's the only reason. But yeah, it's Hollywood that you have to investigate at night. I've investigated during the daytime, And I've gotten just as much evidence doing it during the daytime that I have doing it at night. A lot of the stuff, the contamination is not there. You know, you don't have a lot of cars at night. You don't have people at night. You know, nighttime is usually quieter. And so it's just a, you know, so it doesn't contaminate our evidence. That's the only reason we do it at night. You don't have to investigate at 3 o'clock in the morning to get evidence. Now we do have sites where people say it usually happens more so at this time than it does at this time, and then we look at that. We'll try to make that happen. But that's just, I don't think that's really timing as much as it is scheduling. If you understand what I'm saying there, a schedule, the paranormal can be set on a schedule. So their schedule means we have to abide by their schedule. So sometimes we do have clients that say so and so happens at 2 o'clock in the morning or 1 o'clock in the morning or something like that. So we will kind of look into that. But no, you do not have to investigate at night to get evidence. That is Hollywood. It has to be at night. And there's no such thing as of a witching hour at 3 o'clock in the morning. That's just stupid. Okay, I think that in the background, was it? Yeah, it's Bud. He's right here at my foot. Well, he was. He just jumped. But he goes all over the place. He's an idiot. He really is. I'm not being mean. I love my cat. I love Bud very much, but he really is an idiot. I have a dumb cat. We have some smart cats. We have like 20 something cats, y'all. But we do have Bud is the dumb cat of all the bunch. He is, but he's a sweetheart though. He's very sweet. So I love him dearly. I've never let a cat sleep in my bed, but I've let Bud sleep in my bed. I've never let a dog sleep in my bed, but I've let Lily Rose sleep in my bed. So I really love these animals, and it sucks when we lose them. We all, for everybody that's been with us for a while, you know that Blackjack was our first horse. We had 5 horses, but we lost one a few weeks ago. We lost Blackjack, and that destroyed us. And a man told my wife. Luckily, I wasn't there because, well, y'all know what would happen. But a man told my wife that she was stupid for acting. That he did say stupid, by the way. He said, "You're stupid for acting the way you are. It's just a damn animal." Because she was crying over the horse that she's had for almost 5 years and that she nursed back from health. I mean, nursed his health back from death. That even vets told her that there was nothing she could do. And that was 4 years ago. So yeah, it hurts. They become your family big time. And I love every freaking one of them, even though I cuss them daily. The flashlight study at the Coleman location. Oh yeah, that was scary for you, wasn't it? Roll, roll. Thank you for putting my family on the prayer list. Of course, Peter. Our experience is more probable at night. No, they're just as prevalent in the daytime as they are at night. That's right, North Alabama. My cat sleeps on me. Too cool. All right, I think I got all your. If I didn't see a post that one of you guys said or a comment that one of you guys said and you want me to answer it, redo it because I think I got all of them, but just make sure. I would have to bail Johnny out or help bury a body. Yep, you know me, John. Yeah, get him some pizza, Katie. All right. I think that's everything. Chubb Fathers is the name of that place, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, Chubb Fathers in Alabaster. I hope it's in Alabaster. John, tell me where it's at and the name of the place. Is it Chubb Fathers in Alabaster or Chubb Fathers in Calera? I think it's Alabaster, but you gotta, and you may have already corrected me and I didn't see it. So if you would do that again for me, please. But it's February 13th at 5 o'clock. Y'all, this place is supposed to be like the best freaking hamburgers in the world. I'm not kidding you. I've heard a bunch of people. This guy does a radio show every week on the weekends, I think on Saturdays. in Birmingham, and he talks about cooking. I mean, it's amazing. His place is just blowed up for him. He's already opened up another location. They're talking about more. I mean, it's just blowed up on him. It really has, because his food is so freaking amazing. You will, if you don't want to come listen to us talk and introduce ourselves and hang out with us, come for the food and then just tolerate us. We have no problem with that. You can come and just tolerate us and just enjoy the food, because the food, I haven't eaten there yet. It's going to be a first for me too, but people that I care about and people that I respect and people that I work with have told me that it is an amazing place to eat, that you will not want to go anywhere else afterwards. So I'm looking forward to that. I really am. I love good food. All right. John, am I missing anything else? Katie. Beth is still working on the book club. We're going to get that started. It's still going to be The Demonologist. That book is never going away because we're never going to get it. No, we will. But Beth's working on that. She's had so much, guys. Y'all just don't know. So don't, everybody that said they were ready, that they did want to do the book club, don't give up on us. We're going to make it happen. I promise you. Let's see. John, are you still there? Did he do the prank where they called Domino's and Pizza Hut at the same time? Or was that a prank? I must have missed that one. Yes, Chubb Fathers and Alabaster. Okay, good. I was right. Okay, cool. All right. Not at this moment. Okay. I guess I got everything then. Book club's still coming up. If you want merch, somebody asked about merch. I know you can't see it very well, but it says CAPIParanormal.com right there. CAPIParanormal.com. And I know I'm kind of blocking it with my big fat self, but it's CAPIParanormal.com. You'll throw up a merch link for me, John, if you would, please. CAPI Paranormal, CAPIPARANORMAL, CAPIParanormal.com. Thank you, John. Man, that was quick. It's up there now. The link is there. All you got to do is go there, and then you just go to our shop. That'll take you to our website. If you want to meet the team, I think that's fixed. Is that fixed, Beth? Tell me yes or no. There was a problem with Meet the Team for a little while, but I think Beth has gotten it fixed. But if not, if it is fixed, just go there. You can see Meet the Team. It shows a picture of everybody. It gives you their name, and then it gives you a little detail about their life and why they do what they do. I can't yet, Aubrey, because she's not down here. She went upstairs. That's not true. Okay. Yeah, I was able to get on. We were casting it to our TV. Okay, cool. It is fixed. Okay, thank you, Beth. It is fixed. So you can go on there, CAPIParanormal.com. You can meet the team. You can see some of our pictures. I don't know what all Beth has got on there. A bunch of stuff on there as far as that goes when you see in pictures and stuff like that. You can see upcoming events where she talks about investigations and classes and all that kind of stuff. And you can also see all that on our Facebook pages too, CAPI or Central Alabama Paranormal and Alabama Paranormal. Facebook/Alabama Paranormal, Facebook/Central Alabama Paranormal. And you can also go to our merch and get that. There's a bunch of stuff on there. We do have some new merch out. I should have wore that shirt tonight. We have some funny merch out, like It's a Ghost, like our mask. We have mask out now. We have some comical merch, t-shirts. We can do the pants, the pajamas, the sweatpants, the hoodies, the jackets, the polos, cups, pins, coasters, mouse pads, license plates, anything you want. If you go on our merch site and see something that you want, it's not on our merch site, don't worry about it. Just holler at us and we'll fix it. We'll make it for you. We can custom order stuff too. And it doesn't cost a whole bunch because we don't make money off our merch either. But I think that's it. And you'll get to see an equipment list, an approved equipment list on our site that you can find stuff that you can use that is real and not this bullshit that you see on television and all that, or BS. I didn't say that word, did I? That was you, wasn't it? Did you cuss? Did you cuss? You did, didn't you? Say I love you. Say I love you. Say I love you. Come on, say I love you. No, say I love you. Hey, say I love you. That's not I love you. Say I love you. Say I love you. Can y'all hear her? I love you. Oh, you said I love. Come here. Say I love you. Livy. This is Livy, y'all. Her name is Elizabeth, but we call her Livy. Come here. Say I love you. You want to get through? Come here. Hey, Livy. Hey, Lily Rose. Lily Rose is our new dog. Come here, Livy. Come here. Say I love you. She's not going to do it, yeah. She's being a tool. All right, come on. Go ahead. I moved it for you. I wish y'all could see this. She won't come through. She's too scared. She is a big chicken. Sorry about that. Anyway, this thing keeps turning. I do not know why it keeps turning. I guess because of the cord. But I think that's everything we got coming up. Class, book club, meet and greet. You have a dog? Yes, I have a lot of dogs. I have several dogs. About 25 to 30 cats and probably 18 to 20 dogs. Yeah. And then we have snakes. We have 2 snakes, and we have a bearded dragon. We also have rabbits and horses. We've got a bunch of animals, and we're about to have a bird, probably a couple birds, but I know one bird for sure. We're going to get a bird. Probably going to wait till after we move to do that, though. But anyway, update on that. We want you guys to help us out a little bit. I'm going to throw this in here real quick. Michelle and I have decided, if for everybody that's been here a while, you know that we're planning to move out of this big 2-story mammoth house because we're sick of big houses, and we're moving into a mini house, a mini home. We've just about decided not to move into a mini home. Believe it or not, I've been super excited about doing this, but we've decided that we're probably not going to do that. We are going to look for an RV instead. So if anybody knows of any good used RVs, I can't buy a brand new RV because I'm not rich, but and I don't want that huge payment on a new one. So we're looking for a used one that we can just pay cash for and just be done with it. And so we're looking for one that's decent and in good shape, and that also will not kill my bank account. And sorry, the cat turned on my rainbow air purification system, and the dog had to come in and figure out why it's doing that. But anyway, I already moved it for you, and you didn't take it. There, go. Come on. Come on. Come on. She won't come through. She's terrified. Literally terrified. She will not come through. That's too funny. All right. Do you want a bumper pull RV or a fifth wheel? I would rather have a fifth wheel, but I don't have a way to pull a fifth wheel, so I bumper pull. It would have to be a bumper pull right now. But I would rather have a fifth wheel, to tell you the truth, because they're usually nicer and larger. But I have to have a bumper pull. I don't have a fifth wheel vehicle. Aubrey, I will promise you I will tell her that when she comes back, or when I go up there, whichever one. Or one you drive. That'd be fine. Either a bumper pull or one you can drive. That either way, it'd be fine. It doesn't matter. We've decided, basically, the reason why we've made this big change is because we've decided that we're probably not going to be there for the rest of our lives. We want to move somewhere else besides there, and so we want something that's not going to be super hard to move, basically. But we'll never move into something huge again. All right. So is there any more questions or anything like that? I've covered merch. I've covered our website. I've covered our Facebook sites. Upcoming events. I've done the class. I think that's it. I think that's everything. Y'all, please try to join us February 13th at Chubb Fathers in Alabaster, Alabama. If you need any information on that, it's on our Facebook. John has posted it on there. He's also posted a link to the post that he has on Facebook. I think if you did not, please do that again, John. Beth is very educated on all these. I know I'm going to talk to you guys. That's the first thing I thought of when we decided that, as I was going to talk to you guys about that. Believe me, that you two are my go-to when it comes to stuff like that. But okay, Brandon, thank you for coming, buddy. Join us again sometime now that you're a subscriber. Okay, let's get into this, man. Let's get into this. This is what we've been waiting for, right? Let's talk about this. What we're going to do is I want to explain a little something to you, because there's obviously been a little bit of a miscommunication. People misunderstood. I've had a few people that have said that they were super excited about finding out how to dispel a demon, and finding out how to good night, Hudson. And having to, find out. They were super excited about having to, thank you, Hudson. They were super excited about finding out how to get rid of demons and how to exorcise a demon, if you will, or expel one or cleanse and all that stuff like that. Guys, I want to let you know right now, what we're going to talk about in this 4-part series is demonology and how it pertains to the paranormal, except for exorcising or expelling. I'm not getting into that. All right. We do expel demons. Absolutely. Or should I say I do, because right now it's only me that does that part of it. But I'll soon have another person up there, my case manager, or no, he's not the case manager. Beth's case manager. I'm as bad as Trump, y'all. I promise I can't. I mean, I should say bad as Biden. So I think he's got a little more Alzheimer's than Trump did. But I'm as bad as Pelosi. Let me put it that way. But my team manager, John, is now qualified to take the demonology class and the expelling part of it. Good night, Aubrey. Soon, Johnny, soon. But he's ready to do that. He's ready to partake of that class. Here's what you have to do to be able to do that class. You have to be on our team as an investigator for 2 years and had at least 25 investigations with me. All right. You have to be a member of the team in good standing with at least 20. You have to be an investigator on the team, not just a member, but an investigator on the team. Because we have people that's on this team that are not investigators. Paramama, for one, is our financial person and our merch manager. She does all that stuff. She doesn't do investigations. She's not an investigator. She's our finance person. She does all that, and she does our web, or not our web. Beth does our web. She does our merch, and she creates the merch. She designs it. She does all that stuff. She sells it. She does all that stuff. But she's not an investigator. So even though she's been on the team as a member for almost 10 years, she only has 2 investigations under her belt. She's only been with me on 2 investigations. 2 or 1, actually. I think it's 1 or 2. I don't know. But she decided a long time ago that she didn't want to be an investigator. That she wanted to, help behind the scenes. So, but you have to be an investigator on the team in good standing for 2 years, for 24 months. And you have to be on, John says 27 investigations he's done. So he has to be 25 investigations with me, and then you're eligible to take the class. And that's what he's going to be doing pretty soon. I'm trying to get it to where I can not have to be on investigations. That's where it's not that I don't want to be on investigations. I think it was John one time that said, Johnny, you're not going anywhere. They're going to push you on your investigations on a gurney or in a wheelchair. And you're right. I'll probably do this till I die, but I want to know that no matter what the situation that comes up, that I have a team that can handle it without me. That's what I'm shooting for. I want a team to where I know, like I'm going on vacation May 29th through June 2nd, I think it is, or June 5th or June 9th. I don't know. May something to June something. We're going on family vacation to the mountains. And I want to know that if there's an investigation during that time that my team can handle it and I don't have to be there, no matter what happens. All right, just a question. I've been asked before, how do you tell the difference between a demon and a negative human spirit? What do you think about that? Well, there's nothing to think about it. There is a difference. That's like saying, what do you think between the difference of an apple and an orange? I don't think anything about the difference between an apple and an orange. I want an apple, I get an apple. I want an orange, I get an orange. If I'm dealing with a demon, I'm dealing with a demon. If I'm dealing with a negative spirit, I'm dealing with a negative spirit. But I do like that question, and I see what you're saying. I'm just being facetious because I'm an ass, and I have to be that way. Just a question. I have been asked before, how do you tell the difference between a demon and a negative human spirit? That goes into the second or the third part of this series, but I will touch on a little bit because you asked it. I usually know within about 10 minutes if I'm dealing with a demon. My team the team that I have right now has been asked to leave a few times, has been asked to leave the investigation a few times, till because I needed to make sure. If I get any indication whatsoever that I'm dealing with a demonic, my team gets out. I make every one of them go because none of them's been trained. Like I just said, John will be the first on this team to be trained in that. And he's just now getting ready. Like I said, you have to do 25 investigations. You got his number 27, he said. Excuse me. So you have to, I don't want to give too much away on this, so I'm trying to understand how to explain it without giving too much away on the second, third, and fourth part. We're fixing to talk about what demons are and where they come from in two different analogies of that. At least two different analogies on this section. Tonight is going to be the shortest one of the series. It's not a huge one. All we're talking about tonight is what demons are. That's it. I can usually tell from sight and sound. I'm not psychic. In no way, shape, or form am I psychic. I have absolutely no abilities whatsoever, which kind of sucks. I've dedicated 42 years to this crap. And I'm not psychic. I ought to be able to get grandfathered into the psychic community at least, I would love to be able to talk to spirits and see spirits, without them wanting me to, and stuff like that. I'd love to be able to do that, but I do not have that ability. I'm not 100% sure anybody has that ability. I have people that have proven to me, but I can be fooled. It's not easy, but you can fool me when it comes to the paranormal. These charlatans and scammers that call themselves psychics. That can be. Would you please stop? I'm sorry, y'all. I just had a cat attack my back. How don't you come up here? Sorry. The cat did more than attack my back. Hold on. We got to turn it around. There we go. Sorry about that. He attacked me, and then when I went to grab him, he attacked the camera, the cord. All right. Like I said, I have no abilities or anything like that, but usually within about 10 to 15 minutes into the investigation, I can tell by sight and sound, sometimes hearing, mostly sight and sound, if it's a demonic or not. And if I just get that indication, if I just get that small just hint that it's demonic, that's when I get my team out of there. My team knows that if I say clear out, that means that them and the clients go. They already know that. That's all I have to do. I don't have to go to each individual person and say, hey, I think there may be something here. Y'all need to probably wait outside, go in your cars, or sometimes I'll say leave. You need to go. You need to leave the site. But they know all I have to do is say, clear it out. I'll just say, everybody out. And my team knows what that means. They know that I would not make them leave an investigation without there being a reason to leave that investigation. And they usually know what that reason is, so that they don't sit there and say, "Oh, come on, man, let's just finish this part," or something like that. They know better. They do not. Why would you quit turning that thing on? They don't. They don't argue, fuss, fight, or anything like that. They just say, "Okay, let's go." Um, it happened not long ago, and I said, "Okay, I need everybody out," and I heard members of my team saying to each other, "We got to go. Let's go." And I heard them saying to the clients, "Hey, we need to go outside. We need to get out of here." So that's what happens. The the way to tell, I look for certain things. How can I do this without giving away a lot of stuff? I look for foul smells. Um, I look for there's the cat. There he is. That's he's wanting to know why that cover is up there. That's why he's so curious about up there right now. And plus, there's a, bearded dragon in that tank that he's standing on, and he's fascinated with the dragon, and the dragon's fascinated with him too. I got this dragon from an investigation, y'all. Believe it or not, I was there and I would commented on how awesome he was, and they said, "You want him?" And I said, "Yep." I said, "Let me ask my wife," and I called her and I asked her, and she said, "Yep." And so I would get him out, but I've got all this stuff up here and everything. But anyway, look, squirrel. My ADD is bad tonight. Um, I look for foul smells. I look for responses. I'll say if I start to get an indication of a demonic, I'll start asking some questions in sometimes in Latin, sometimes in German, and sometimes in English. I'll just ask some questions that I know that if it's demonic, um, they can't refuse. They have to respond, and so I'll look for stuff like that. It's been about close to 30 years since. No, it hasn't. Maybe it's been about 20 years, between 20 and 25 years since the last demonic situation. I think that's right. I'll have to think about that, but I think it has been about that long. It's been a while. I was thinking about that the other day. I was someone asked me a question about the paranormal and the not just the paranormal, but how it sets in the uh, second parallel, and some stuff that's been going on, and it's I think there's something fixing to happen. I really do. I think something's fixing to uh, to open up. I think we're fixing it. The paranormal's fixing to blow up. I really think it is. You say, well, it already has about 8 years ago. No, I'm not talking about in the media. I'm talking about in life. I think something's fixing to happen. Um, a lot of people in the paranormal are saying there's something's about to happen in ufology. But I don't. I think something is about to happen in ufology, but it's not real. I didn't believe in Project Bluebeam, and I know I'm getting off subject here, but I want to akin this to it. I didn't believe in Project Bluebeam, but now that some stuff that's happened here in the last few weeks and months, I can see it probably happening. The capability is there, the technology is there, but whenever they reveal those aliens, especially if they're attacking, it's not real. It's just it's a hologram and all that stuff. It's just go look up Bluebeam, Project Bluebeam, and you'll see what I'm talking about. It's silly, but people gonna fall for it though. They really are. But anything to control us. But anyway, I hope that answers your question, but not gives out too much. I didn't want to give out too much with that because I can't stand skipping ahead. It's like going to the end of a book and reading the last 5 pages. I don't like doing that. Once you understand what demons are and what they do, you can understand why and how you can tell the difference. Let me put it that way. What are demons? Let's look at that. Some people, there are schools of thought, believe it or not. This actually threw me years and years and years ago whenever I first started this. It threw me big time. But a lot of people think that I'm gonna get a lot of hate for this, but that demons are the product of the sons of God mating, procreating with human females. Yeah, that's out there. that's a that's a belief. That is something that's there. That's um people believe that. People have that in their minds. I don't personally believe that. It is a compelling theory, and if you've ever had a chance to look into it, please do. Um, but let's look at it. Let's look at it. Y'all can get your Bibles out if you want to. It may help you as we go along. But let's look at demons, how they started out. If let me get straight on my notes here. I'm sorry. Yeah, let's get an understanding of just what they are first. And do they exist? Some people believe. Did y'all see that? I know there's nobody in the kitchen, and the kitchen's that way, by the way. I know there's no one in there because the only people here are me, Michelle, and Dakota. Michelle and Dakota's upstairs, and I know they're still upstairs. One, because they haven't walked past me, and two, because I hear them talking right now. I hear Dakota and Michelle fussing because they fuss all the time, especially in the room by themselves together. But my kitchen light just came on, and that's the one thing the cat can't do is turn the light on because the switch is too high. I know there's talking. Are y'all hearing this? I don't know if y'all can see the glow. Can you? Did it get brighter in here? I saw it out of the corner of my eye. And I looked and the light is on, and it was off. I know it was. I turned it off. That's too funny. Maybe um Toby's wanting to make another appearance on the show. You're more than welcome, Toby, if that's you, to come in and join us. Absolutely. Anytime you want, you know that. When you're done in there, will you please turn that light back off? Power's not free. I can still hear it like talking coming from there. Doesn't sound like a little boy. It doesn't sound like Toby. It sounds like a man. That's too funny. If I wasn't confined right here, I would take the camera in there. Anyway, let's don't get off track. Anything else happens, I'll let y'all know. Watch for a glow to go off, like a light to go off on this side of the screen. It should, or it may glow on the side of me too, because it's right there. It's light coming in. And y'all listen and tell me if you can hear the talking or not, because I still hear it. It's like a whisper. That's too funny. I know the light just came on by itself. There's no way. I want another reason why I know the cat did do that, because the cat's right there. That's too funny. All right. Let's look at what religion says about what God and the Bible um, says about demons. Um, it's mentioned in the New Testament over 100 times. Let's look at Deuteronomy 32 and 17. They sacrificed unto devils, not to God, to gods whom they know not, to new gods that come newly when their fathers fear, of whom their fathers fear not. Sorry, I messed that up. Of whom their fathers feared not. Okay, now let's look at this. Look at this passage here. I don't want to preach on this, but I want to pick out some certain things in here that kind of give clues about demons. Notice where in Deuteronomy, like I said, Deuteronomy 32:17 says, they sacrificed unto devils, not to God, to gods whom they know not, to newly gods that come newly up, whom your fathers fear not. All right, so it says to new gods. Doesn't say to a new god. It says to new gods. And it also says who came newly up, whom your fathers fear not. All right, so they're not talking about God, right? They're definitely not talking about God there. What they're talking about is ideology there. I can't ever say that, ideology there. They're talking about what was used to, it's called Syrium. It's a demonic conceptions, basically. It can be any idol that they can come up with, like the Catholics use the Mother Mary as an idol, which would be a part of Syrium. I mean, I'm sorry if there's any Catholics out there, but I'm sorry, you're worshiping a false god. Mary, as wonderful as she was not a god, and she's not God, and she's not Jesus. She's not the Father, the Son, or the Holy Ghost. She is the mother of Jesus. That's it. She's whom God chose to bear his son. That's it. She's not to be idolized and worshiped in any way, but yet they do. That's who they pray to. Catholicism. I disagree with it, but hey, that's my opinion and that's your opinion. So I'm not trying to say you're bad or you're wrong. I'm just saying I think it's dangerous to do that. But it's any idol that they would come up with. And the reason I've added this specific verse, Deuteronomy 32:17 to this, is because I wanted you to see that not all things are demonic. Not all things are demons. Let me put it that way. It can be demonic as Syrium, without being an actual entity. You see what I'm saying? It can be, the Bible speaks of these gods and these evil wickedness in the same way of idols, the Syrium, as it does the demons. Okay, so I don't want you to be confused there. I don't want you to look at that and say, okay, well, that's demon, because that's the problem. That the biggest problem we have in the paranormal is demons are the most falsely accused entity in the paranormal world. All right, I mean, more people falsely accuse the happenstance and the situations and the evidence and the activity and the entity and the spirit to demonic than anything else in the world. We were just talking about that not long ago, the team and I, where there's a certain television show. I'm not going to say it on here because I don't want everybody to know I'm talking about Ghost Adventures, but so I'm not going to say their name. But they akin everything that happens to a demon. I mean, you watch the freaking show. I mean, you could watch it if you knew who I was talking about, but I'm not going to tell you it's Ghost Adventure, so you're never going to know that. So, but on this show that I'm talking about, that I won't mention to you the name of, is go watch it. I mean, any episode, 9 times out of 10, it's going to be a demon there. I mean, because everything that happens to him, oh my God, it's a demon. I can feel that there's a demon here. I mean, it's ridiculous. And like I said, it's been 20 plus, I don't know exactly how many, it's at least 20 years since I've dealt with a demon. Unless I'm forgetting one, but I don't think I am. I think it's been at least 20 years since I've dealt with a demon. They're just not prevalent. I mean, it's not something you have that happens every single day and every single investigation, like a lot of these television shows would like you to believe. It just doesn't happen that way. They are rare. Thank goodness they're rare. I mean, because there'd be a lot more people hurt out there, physically and mentally. Yes, they can hurt you mentally too. We're going to talk about direct, indirect ways that they can hurt you when we get into the second part, which is their powers. But it talks about devils, not the devil, because everybody knows. I hope you know that the devil isn't who rules over, who presides over Hades or hell or the underworld or whatever you want to call it. That it's not the devil. It's Satan or Beelzebub or Lucifer, whatever you want to call him. He goes by many names. Not the devil. The devil is his servants. Devils are mere demons. All right, basically. Shedim or Lord idols, symbols of demons. And that's Shadim. I'm sorry, I said Shedem because that's just the way I read it, like it sounds or like it looks, but it's Shadim. Um, and it's just that's that whole thing of just bringing all those symbols of worship into that one thing. Okay, I hope you understand what I'm talking about there. All those symbols of worship. Look at Psalms 106:37. Yeah, they sacrificed their sons and daughters unto devils. Leviticus 17:7 says, and they shall no more offer their sacrifices unto devils after whom they have gone a whoring. All right, I want y'all to notice that they're not saying unto the devil. Okay, they're saying unto devils. All right, unto demons. 2 Corinthians 11:15. Look at that one. It shows more about that Syrian or demonic conceptions. Matthew 8, and I'm gonna throw a lot of verses here to you guys. If you want them, just let me know. Matthew 8:31. Ask permission to enter. All right, I want to throw this one at you, and I'm gonna tell you why. They asked permission to enter a herd of swine. Y'all remember that, right? Where Jesus comes up to the guy that was dumb and blistered and sored, where the dogs and stuff had licked his sores, and he was just he was possessed basically, and Jesus came to him to heal him. And before he did that, Jesus needed to know what he was dealing with. And the same thing happens in real life too. That was real life, but I mean in modern day, same thing happens. Before I'm going to go up against any type of demonic entity, I got to know who that is. I got to know what I'm dealing with, right? It doesn't really matter who you're dealing with in the long run, but it does help to know, to at least have their name. But I'm not going to, like I said, we're not getting a whole bunch into that. But I want to show you guys the personalities of demons. All right. I want to show you what they are, their personalities, their, because I don't want to get into that whole, I mean, I'm going to get into it because I have to show both sides, but I want you to see how ridiculous it is for the demons to be anything other than what they are. Cause out. Oh yeah, he sure is. I wonder if they can see him. Can y'all see him right here?
He's very beautiful.
Right there.
Oh, and guess who's
That's him.
back?
I don't know if y'all can see him or not, but he's right there. He's going up the tree. All right, you're going to have to be quiet now, though, okay? He's right there. Y'all see the different colors? Right there. He looks red because there's a red lamp in there, but he's not really red. Y'all have seen him before. He's gold and black. But yeah, touch where he's at. Show where he's at. Yep, there you go. He's all right there. That's Ka. All right. So, Aubrey, I think she's in bed now. I think she's gone now, but she told me to tell you hi and kitty go mama.
Kitty go mama. Kitty go mama. Kitty go mama.
And that's enough. All right. What I want to do is I want to paint y'all a picture of what is going on here. This one story about Jesus' interaction with a demon or demons is the greatest way to explain what demons are and who they are and what they do, and basically, give you a sense of what it is. Because it shows everything about their personality. It shows fear, or shows emotions. It shows they have a name. It shows they have a voice. It shows that they have abilities. It shows everything. And in this one thing, their abilities to possess whatever they want, not just man, but human, but animal as well. It shows everything in this one. What do you want? It shows you everything that you need to know about a demon in this one story. We're going to go deeper than that in this series, but this just lets me show you what's there. Okay, so and I have the verses to back everything up, and I'm going to give them to you. But let's go through it from the beginning, just layman's terms. Jesus finds the guy. He's not doing so great. He's possessed by demons. He's dumb. He can't hear. He can't go into around anyone because he's mean and just you know, and he's all nasty and everything, and he's got sores that the dogs and stuff had licked and everything, and he's just in bad shape, really, really bad shape. So Jesus goes to him and he says, he basically looks at him and says, okay, this is not a guy I'm dealing with. You know, it's a guy's body, but I'm dealing with some demons here. So Jesus says, who are you? And basically, and they said, our name is Legion, for we are many. There was a bunch of them in there. It was just one. Everybody came to the party that day. Everybody decided this was a cool place to hang out. So they all hung out with this guy, if you will. They knew Jesus, and I'm going to show you two occasions where they knew Jesus and God and everything like that, because they asked. It's in one situation the demons said, we know you, we know God, you know, we recognize him, or Joseph, I think it is. We recognize him, we recognize Jesus, but who the heck are you? You know, so but we'll get into that. Just a little taste. But look at this situation. The demons shuddered to the sight of Jesus. Okay, so that shows emotion, right? You can't be scared or fearful without emotion, right? You have to have emotion. Means you can be happy. Emotion means you can feel scared. It means you could feel sad. You could feel. I mean, emotions are emotions, right? So they shuddered to the sight of Jesus. They literally was scared, shaking, scared to see Jesus. So that shows they have emotion. What about will? That's another big thing for an entity. Do they have will? Yes, they have will, because they asked Jesus. I want you guys to understand about, and we're going to get into this too. We're kind of jumping a little bit here now because I want to explain this as much as I can. But stop it. Sorry, my dogs are going crazy. I want you to see that a demon is a living, breathing thing without a body. All right, it needs stuff. It needs stuff to survive. It does have a personality. It does have a will. It does have a want. It does have a need. All right. There's even a hierarchy and a chain of command. It's much like the angels' army. Demons are an army. They're basically a military style group. You know, they have a chain of command. They have a hierarchy. They have orders and missions and stuff like that. It's ran pretty much the way an angelic army is ran, you know, like God's army is ran. Because remember, that's what started Satan, you know, the first demon, if you will. It started, he's not really a demon, but it started him in existence. And where did those come from? Out of the fridge? Can you bring the ones out of the microwave to mom? And hey, give me those. Give me those. No, those. And get the ones out of the microwave for you and mom. Thank you. Sorry, I'll have a little snack in a minute. But we know that they have names now, because they did name themselves. We are Legion, for we are many. She don't know how she did that. She's looking at it like, what the hell? All right, jump now before you fall. There you go. All right. Let's go through this. We know that they exist because they were there, right? They were in this guy. We know that they're there. Jesus was talking to them. Jesus would not talk to something that did not exist. I promise you that. We know they have a name, because he said we are Legion, for we are many. All right, but they do have individual names, and we're going to get into that too. I guess in the third or fourth series. But anyway, so they exist. They have names. Do they have will? Yes, they have will. They have a want. There's different categories, and there's an abyssal or abyss demon. There is a free demon, which these were, that Jesus was talking to that specific time. Those were free demons. There's bound demons. There's temporarily bound, and there's permanently bound. The permanently bounds are the bad guys. They are the really, really bad guys. Every time a cat comes through there, she turns that on. The permanently bounds are the ones that have done something so horrendous, so wicked, that they're permanently bound to the abyss. But let's look at these. We're looking at these right now. Okay, these that were part of Legion. Jesus basically said, and I know I keep looking down, I'm checking my notes. That's all I'm doing. But Jesus said that, or not Jesus said, but they said to Jesus, they gave him their names. They showed emotion, and now we're going to look at their will. They said, "Please, Jesus, do not torment us into the abyss." They're telling Jesus, they're saying, "We're scared of you. We fear you. We know who you are. We know your abilities. We don't want to go that route. You came here to fight us. We don't want to fight you. We've heard about you. We know your reputation. We know you're the baddest brother on the block. We don't want to fight you. We know we're going to lose. Please don't put us in the abyss. We pray that you don't do that, please." So this is showing their will, right? Their will, their emotion of fear is showing their will to survive, right? They're showing their want to continue. They're like, we don't want no beef with you, and we're going to leave this guy alone. Your servant's cool. We're not going to. Hey, he's your guy. We understand. Just don't throw us into the abyss. Look over there. They weren't trying to distract Jesus. They knew better. Okay, they weren't like, yeah, we're going to leave. Oh, what's that? It wasn't that. They were saying, look over there. And when Jesus looks, he sees a herd of swine, pigs, and filthy, just pigs, just swine. And the demon said, "Hey, if it's all right with you, we'll just go over there and just jump into them guys. Can we do that?" They were asking permission. So now we're seeing that will more, right? We're hey, if like a little kid comes up to you and says, "You didn't do so and so, so that means you're grounded. You can't go outside." Well, if I can't go outside, can I at least play in my room? Can I play with this or in my room, or can I watch TV? What is this? You've had those kids question that before. They want to see what they can do, right? And this is the same thing. Jesus has come to them because they have tormented one of God's servants and possessed him. And Jesus came to them to confront them and say, "You're not doing this. You got to go." And I'm sure he was going up there saying, "I'm fixing to fight these dudes. We fixing to get it. It's fixing to happen." And they get up here and the demons look at him and they recognize him right off. And they're like, "Whoa, we know who you are. We are so sorry. We are on our way out right now. Please don't throw us into the abyss." Because the abyss is that permanently permanently confined demon. All right, it's not a demon that is a free demon like they are right now. It's not a demon that is temporarily confined. It is an abyss. Is the abyssal is that's permanent. That's it. They're bound forever. They're pleading with Jesus, "Don't do that to us. We'll jump in those swine." So now we're looking at ability now too, right? We already know they can possess a human because they did it, right, to this guy. Now we know that they can also possess an animal because they're asking permission. Can we jump into these pigs? Well, unfortunately, the pigs couldn't handle it. They all jumped off a cliff, but that's neither here nor there. So they went to the abyss probably anyway. But I don't think the Bible talks about what happened to them. So they probably did. Probably after that, Jesus probably was like, "Oh yeah, we can't handle this. Y'all got to go," or something. I don't know. I really don't know. If there's any Bible or biblical scholars out there that do know, please let me know. I don't know what happened to them after that, but I would assume they went to the abyss. But because I'm sure Jesus wouldn't have just let them go jump in someone else. But they asked, and look at Matthew 8:31. They asked permission to enter the herd of swine. Look at Matthew 10:1, where Jesus gives his disciples power against unclean spirits. I'm sorry, the cat's being a nerd. Gives them power over unclean spirits and the ability to cast them out. So we have that ability to cast out demons. We don't have to call Jesus up. We don't have to call heaven 911 and say, "Hey, we need you, brah." They jumped into the girl down the street and she used to go to church every day, and now she's like got a red light on her porch. So, we need some help. We don't have to do that. We have that power. That's why I stay whenever a situation like that comes up. Well, okay, Johnny, if you stay but you make your team leave, what are you saying? That you're more powerful than your team? That you're more able to handle a demon than your team? You know, I mean, what power do you have? What in your abilities than what Beth has? It's not about who has the most power. It's not even about who has the most experience. If you want to go there, it really isn't. There's things that happen when you battle a demon that I don't want to subject my team to. I don't want that to happen to them because it can get pretty bad. There's and it's not just physical things either. I've been pushed around and I've been cut a few times, you know, but it's nothing. I know of demonologists that have been worse than that have been literally killed. Um, but that's just because they went in there without one shield that they needed. And that one shield is the most important thing that you need, which we're going to talk about next Sunday. Next Sunday, by the way, we're talking about the power of demons, their abilities, and our abilities against them. All right. But it's not about me thinking that my team can't handle something that I can handle. It's not about that. Experience does have something to do with it. It really does. Because am I more apt to be able to take on a demon because I've experienced it? Of course I am. Duh. You know, Tom on my team is more apt to be able to operate a printing machine because I've never touched one and he's a freaking expert. All right. John could tell me the inner workings and the minute mechanisms of a printer or photo imaging machine. I don't have a clue. Why are they able to do it and I can't do it? All right. Paragiver or Eric could show me how to make a telephone out of a potato. But y'all, I'm not kidding. He really can. This guy's amazing. We call him our Paragiver. You know, Paramama, Paraboss. Eric is our Paragiver. He's MacGyver of the team. He can do any freaking thing. This man is amazing. I'm not kidding you. Freaks me out, the stuff he can do with it. I mean, he can draw with electricity. The man draws pictures with electricity. He's amazing. He really is. I'm not moving it again. If you want to go through, jump. Come on. I'm not moving it again because you jumped earlier. I saw you do it. So sorry. You want through, jump. So they have more experience in those fields, and I have more experience in this field. So yeah, it does help me more, but that's not the biggest reason why I tell my team to leave. I tell my team to leave because I don't want what I know is going to happen to them until they're ready for it. That's why you have to be on my team at least 2 years. That's part of the reason you have to be on my team for 2 years is because I have to trust you. I have to know you. I have to have mentally approved you, before you can go through this. I've had people on my team greater than 2 years that wanted to do the demonology part, and I told them that'll never happen. You're just not cut out for that, and not everybody is. So I'll have people on my team that more than 2 years and have been on more than 25 investigations with me, and I'll never come to them and say, hey, I want you to take the class. I want you to take this demonology class. Or if they come to me and say they want to, I'll tell them no. I'm sorry. That's not part of what is you. You are a great investigator, and I hope you stay with the team forever. And I hope this doesn't make you angry and you leave. I've never had anyone leave because of that, but everybody understands. Because usually by that time they know, the demons part of it. And now they really will. Now that we've decided to do a class, if you will. I don't know if I'm going to do that or not. I'm still trying to mull that over. But anyway, there's so much liability when it comes to demons and what you can and can't tell people and stuff like that. I mean, I don't want anybody going out there and getting hurt because I was too stupid not to, to not know that they shouldn't be out there. So I don't know. But there's things, what can I talk about without reading the last 5 pages of the book? Okay, here's a great example. One of the abilities of a demon, demons cannot predict the future. Can't do it. They'll pretend like they can. They love to pretend like they can predict the future and be psychic, but they can't. They cannot do it. Satan himself cannot predict the future. He still thinks he's going to win the battle. He really does. I promise you he does. He wouldn't be planning what he's planning if he didn't think he was going to win. But he's not. Because our God can predict the future, and he's already said what's going to happen. Satan doesn't believe him. I don't know why he doesn't believe him, because it's really stupid not to. But hey, who am I to judge? Not even Satan. That's not my job. But the what they can do is they can recite the past. You know, they can't predict the future, but they can recite the past, and they can bring up stuff that's like in your past, or like if you were a I don't know, if your parent died, or if you lost a child, or stuff like that. They can use stuff like that against you. See what I'm saying? They can't read your mind, and can't, you know, they don't know everything there is to know about you, but they do know, they can conjure up stuff that will make you freak out, basically, you know. I was watching a television show the other day, or the other night. I got really upset and even started crying. It was a show about where a mom had died, and there were some unresolved issues between the son and the mother. Um, it touched something in me, and got me. And so that's something that can happen. They'll play on your emotions from your past. So that's one of the things that can happen. It's not the only thing that can happen. I wish it was the only thing that could happen, but it's not the only thing that can happen. And it can bring up stuff like that, and it can really mess with you psychically. Your psychic, not psychically as far as I'll tell you your future. You know, it's it mess with your psyche. Let me put it that way. All right. But we have that power to battle them, and that's what I want my team to do. I want them to have that knowledge and have that. But there will be people on my team. I don't know anybody right now, but there may be someone on my team in the future that I don't want to do that with. I don't think they're cut out for that. All right. So look at Psalms 9:17. The wicked people and nations shall be turned unto hell. That right there tells you, no, it says the wicked people and nations shall be turned into hell. Okay? The wicked people and nations. So that means the people and the look, here he is. And he just can't get over this banner being up there. It's never up there. But the wicked people and their lands that turned away from God are going to hell. Okay, so that shows you that hell is real, and it shows you that wickedness is there, right? Luke 16:23 is another reference point for it. Revelations 20:13, which is where it talks about the sea, death, and hell will all give up the dead, and everybody got to go see Daddy and get judged. And then judgment shall be fair and just, and you're either judged as a good and faithful servant, or you're judged as someone that he knew not. And so that's up to you. That's totally up to you. I'm not going to get into the whole say, are you saved or not saved stuff, because that's not the time for it. But I want to get a little bit more into the pre-Adamic race part, to the gap theory. Look at Matthew 19:4. And remember, if there's any scriptures here that I give off, and if I give them off too fast, or if I don't talk about them again, and you want to go back to them, just let me know. I have it all in my notes. I can give you all the scriptures that I talk about throughout the entire series, not just tonight. All right, but it shows when and how man was created. Right? Genesis 6:1-4. It shows the origins of demons. It even talks about the sons of God, and that's where that theory comes in. It's because a lot of people were thinking that, or still think today, that the sons of God were not man. We're not us. We're not the sons of God. It wasn't talking about us when it speaks of the sons of God. We do know that there were giants. The Bible speaks of the giant race. And some people thought that was what it was, but a lot of the scholars said that the sons of God were actually the good demons, because there's some beliefs that there's good demons and bad demons. we already know the origin of demons, right? Everybody knows that, right? I don't have to. I guess there may be someone who doesn't know the origin of demons. Well, this expels that theory, but I go by what the Bible says as far as demons go, because I think that is the best authority on good and evil, and heaven and hell. Whether you believe in it or not, it's still the best authority on it because it's the book. It's the basic instructions before life ends, right? That's Bible, basic instructions before life ends, right? So it gives you everything you need right there. Life did come with an instruction booklet. It's called the Bible. Uh, so what it talks about as far as the origin of demons is Lucifer didn't go to Jesus, or Beelzebub didn't go to Jesus, or to God, excuse me, and say, hey, I want to take over. I can run this. Cat's over there. Did y'all hear that? The cat's looking in there now. What is it? It's too funny. But where was I at? Dadgummit. Oh yeah. Beelzebub didn't go to Jesus or to God and say, hey, I can run this place a lot better than you. That's not how the argument started. The argument started about the discussion about us. That's what started this whole thing. Is Jesus, or not Jesus, sorry, but Lucifer. I'm just gonna say Lucifer, so because everybody knows him by that, or the devil. I don't like using the devil because that's not who he is. We're going to get into that when we categorize demons from the top to the bottom. Beelzebub didn't go to God and say, I can run this place better than you. It was the fact that he started to, or thinking about creating us. And Beelzebub's like, you don't need them. I'm so much better than them. I can do this. And then whenever the fight ensued, that's whenever he said, I can run this place better than you. I got more sense. I was thinking it might be the dog in there, y'all, but the dog just walked up over here. Livy. Go in there and see what's in the kitchen. She's looking at me like, you go in there and see what's in the kitchen. Go see what's in the kitchen. She runs the other way. She doesn't listen. Anyway, I don't know what's going on in there. The light's still on and I still hear no voices and I still hear noises. So I don't know. And all the culprits that could be doing that are in here with me. So God basically says, I can't have you around, man. I can't go to sleep. And God does sleep. He does have to. Remember, we're fashioned in the likeness of him. The last thing he did after he created the world was took a rest. He was tired. It took him a long time. It took him all this time. Well, almost a week to do this. And so on that last day, he said, I'm taking a rest. So I can't go to sleep with you around because you probably gonna come cut my throat while I'm asleep or something, or I can't do anything. I can't trust you around here. You recruiting all these angels to go with you and crap. I can't have this. You got to go, man. I'm sorry. So he says, I got to get rid of you. And I only got 2 more sections, y'all. I'm almost done. I got to get rid of you. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to get rid of you. So he gets rid of him. But he doesn't just kick him out. Okay. People think that Satan or Lucifer was kicked out of heaven and then created his minions. Another thing that evil or the devil or whatever you want to call it, or man can't do is create life from where there is none. All right. God's the only one. Remember the gnats? Whenever the magicians tried to create gnats and they couldn't do it. And then there was gnats on the men and the animals. And they went to the king and said, this is of God, because we can't create life. Nobody can create life but God. God's the only entity capable of creating life from which there was none. All right. Don't come up with me with all this cloning crap either. Okay. Yeah, that's possible. I get that, but that's not creating life from which there was none. Even if they can do it, which they say they have. Okay. I don't know. I don't care. I just hope they don't do it again. if they have done it. But that's not creating life from which there was none. That's copying life, right? That's just making a photocopy. That's it. We're not asexual, and we're not. We were created from a creator, not a situation, right? So this this bandment of, he said you guys to go. So he took him and his followers to hell, right? He took him and all his followers. That's where we're getting the demons from. That's where the Bible says the demons come from, is all of the followers, all right, and all of the creators of evil, right? Of creators of the seven deadly sins, right? And we're going to show you those, or I'm going to show you those demons that guard over and reside over those seven sins, and how it goes into the hierarchy. And that's how the Bible says we have, and that's how we've always been told how demons come along. But there is a gap theory called the pre-Adamic race. If you look at Matthew 19:4, it shows how a man was created. Some believe that the origin of the demons is the sons of God or angels, and I think it's Genesis 6:1-4. Where it talks about them procreating with human women and begot mongoloids, who were then judged by God and destroyed by the flood. But the created descendants thereof, and that's how the demons came about. The spirits of those mongoloid children became demons. I personally don't believe that, but hey, that's their belief. I look at the sons of God as the line of Adam through Seth, because Adam was a son of God. He was a direct link to God. He was created, the first creation of God. But look that up. The line of Adam through Seth, all the way from Adam to Seth, and you'll see. I think that's what he's talking about when he's talking about the sons of God chose the women, the beautiful women. Matthew 12:24 names Beelzebub as the prince of devils. So we know that he is the Beelzebub is the king, the the hierarchy, the leader. Ephesians 3:10 and 6:12. That's Ephesians 3, chapter 3, verse 10, and chapter 6, verse 12. Shows you the rankings and how they're similar to the angels, the army of angels. Go to Matthew 17 and 18, Mark 9:25, Luke 10 and 17. And it shows you how it shows that there's another chapter there. I'm sorry, but I couldn't read it because someone with really bad handwriting wrote that. Demons are called unclean spirits. So I just want you to see that. And the reason why I wanted to put all those chapters in there, and remember, I'll give you all these chapters too. As a matter of fact, before the end of the series, I'll post all the links to the chapters down here. All right, I'll give you all the chapters down in the description. All right. We got to hurry because my battery and I'm charging it. That's crazy. All right. I want you guys to look at Acts chapter 19, Revelations chapter 9, and chapter 16. Acts chapter 19, Revelations 9, 1-12, and Revelation 16:13. All right. Acts 19, verse 15, Revelations 9, 1-12, and 16-13. All right, y'all check those out for me sometime between now and the end of the week, and we will talk about, when we come back next week, we're going to talk about let's end this with where I want it to be as far as the what demons are. All right, demons are followers of Satan, followers of evil. They can never be nothing but demon. That's all they can be. Now they can appear as something different, but their intentions and their hopes and their wills and their personalities that we talked about, that one story explained all the the biases of life. What we need is we need a personality, we need will, we need survival, we need a name, something to call it. What is it? You know, you can't be in existence without its name. And if I didn't say emotions, we need emotions, right? So we need those things. We do know that they had a name because they called themselves Legion. We do know that they had a voice because they used it to call themselves Legion. We do know they had will or emotions because they were scared of Jesus and didn't want to be put into the abyss. We know that they had will because they didn't want to be put into the abyss again. They didn't want to fight Jesus. They wanted to survive. They had a will to survive. So they asked, can we jump into those swine instead? And we also now know that their origin is not through Mongoloid children called sons of God. We know that they're where their origins are. And what we're going to talk about next week is their abilities, their immorality, their abilities, and how to tell what category they fall in. And then we're also going to talk about a little bit of, we're going to touch on a little bit of what we have over them, what our power is against them. All right. Are there any questions? I know I haven't been keeping up with. I need dates so I can put your vacation on the calendar. I will get that to you as soon as possible. Beth. Tobias cussing again, right? Yes, you're very right with that, Eric. Can the demonic make people have super strength, or could it be someone's adrenaline pumping? No, that's Hollywood. What do I call you? North Alabama. That's Hollywood. No, they cannot make us have super strength. We're going to talk about their abilities, their super strength. They can't. They can take away our borders for our abilities, but they can't add to our abilities. All right. What do you mean by borders of your abilities? We're going to talk about this next week, but I wanted to, because he asked, or she, whatever the case may be. They do have the ability to take away our borders. We have borders on our abilities. We have abilities greater than what we know and what we think we're capable of. All right. But we have common sense, fear, and regret that keeps us from reaching that. Everybody's heard about the car falling on the kid and the mother picking it up and pulling the kid out, right? Or I witnessed myself. I mean, this is not a story. This is something I witnessed myself. My brother and my cousin were on a sliding board. This sliding board, which was not long after this incident was taken down, it should have been taken down a lot longer. It was on a playground at a local park on the town we lived in. And it was super tall. This thing was like over a story tall. I'm not kidding you. It was huge. Like if you were at the top of this thing and you fell, you're breaking something and you could die. I mean, if you fell and hit your head and broke your neck from that, I mean, it was really freaking tall, man. I'm not kidding you. It shouldn't have been. It was fun as crap because it was so tall and you come off of it, you get to slide across the dirt, you know. But we loved it. But we had a little cousin, a girl. I'm not gonna name names, but she was definitely afraid of the slide, wouldn't go up and down the slide. And my brother, being everybody's big brother, wanted to show her that it was fun and that it was fine and that she would be okay, that he would be with her. So he started up with her in front of him climbing. He started right behind her, and he's getting up to the top of the slide. They get up all the way to the very top of the slide, and she looks over at the slide part of it and sees how long it is, and then looks and sees how far away from the ground they are, and she freaks out. She lets go of the slide, falls onto him. He's holding on to the slide. He's a little boy. He's not a grown man or even a teenager or even a preteen. He's a little boy when this happens. And he's holding on with all he can, and she's pushing and kicking. And she's like pushing away from the slide. She's panicked. She doesn't think that if he falls, they both fall. She's just panicking. But there's a lady on the other side of this playground, probably 150, 175 yards. I hope y'all can hear all that talking. I need to, next time I do this, I'm setting up a recorder. I'm not kidding. But she's probably 150, 175 yards away. There's a 6-foot fence, 6 feet, encircles this playground from this park. There's a huge playground on this park, and the rest of it's like picnic tables. And there's a soccer field out there. There's a football and baseball and soccer and all this thing behind you, and it's just a huge park. And so she's over there sitting in a car talking to her boyfriend. We don't know her. We've never met her. She's just someone at the park on a Sunday with her boyfriend, and we're just kids playing in a park on a Sunday. And so she sees what's happening. Our parents are on the other side, even further away from us. Well, probably not further. I think they're a little closer, but they're over there doing their thing at the grill. There's this huge pavilion and a grill and everything, and they're over there doing their thing over there. We're all playing. This lady sees what's happening and sees what's about to happen. She sprints at 150, 175 yards. This woman jumped over this fence, guys. I'm not kidding you. She jumps. One of her hands and one of her feet touch this fence, and she catapults herself over the top of this thing. It's a 6-foot fence. This is a little woman too. It's not no big woman. It's a little bitty thing. And I think she was actually a teenager, like late teens. But she comes running. She jumps over 2 pieces of equipment, flies up that daggum ladder, grabs both these kids in one arm, and then climbs down the rest and gets these kids on the ground. After it's all over and done with, she looks at what she did and freaked out. She said, "There's no freaking way." But that ability was opened up because she didn't think about it. Just like the mother who picks up the card and pulled the child out from under it, doesn't think about what her abilities are. Now, is that adrenaline adding to our strength? No, you can't do that. There's no drug that's going to add to our strength. But there is a drug, adrenaline, and others that you don't want to mess with that can open up our abilities more than what we knew that we could do. So having said all that, and I went 6 blocks down the road before I came back to the stop, but I wanted you to be able to understand, having said all of that, a demonic entity can't give us any more abilities than what we have. Okay. But they can block the receptors and the mental blocks that stop us from exceeding our potential. Okay. But now remember, the body is the body. All right. So any damage done to the body in a possession is still going to be there after the possession. It doesn't magically go away like it did on TV. All right. If you spin your head 360 degrees and come all the way back, when you come out of this, when the demon leaves you, you're dead because you've snapped your neck. All right. C1 and C2 are no longer connected. All right. Our spine doesn't work that way. It can't turn all the way around and still be intact. All right. It doesn't work that way. When the demon leaves, that's it, because you've already left. As soon as you snapped your neck, you went to wherever you were going. I promise you. All right. So no, the answer is no. They cannot give us any other abilities than what we normally have. All right. That would be the Nephilim are giants on the earth that came into the daughters of men. I'm thinking the giants of the earth. I'm thinking that's what they were talking about. That's just my personal opinion. I'm still doing research on it. I've got a couple of feelers and questions out to a couple of scholars that I know. And as soon as they get back with me, I'll know more on that as well. Plus, with my own research, I'll know more. But I'm thinking, in my opinion, as a Pentecostal at heart, I'm thinking that the giants on earth are the ones that it's talking about when it says the sons of God took their women. So I'm fixing to get off of here, guys, because, and I think there are some more questions, and I apologize, but for some reason my phone is not charging right now. I don't know why, but it's about to go dead. It just darkened. I can barely see the screen. I can't even read what you guys have been saying or what you're saying now. So if I haven't answered a question that you wanted an answer to from tonight's study, and this is the shortest one of all of them, guys. So next week we're really going to dive into it. I just wanted to introduce you to it tonight, and then we're going to get into what their abilities are and what their immoralities are and how we combat against that. All right, not in a situation of paranormal, but in our everyday life. All right, we're not getting into the battling them in paranormal. We're just going to get into what we can recognize and what we can do as far as investigating the paranormal with demonic entities. And I just want you to know who they are and what they are. All right. So I was going to do a recap real quick, but I don't think I have time. I think it's fixing to shut off. But thank you guys so much for joining us tonight. Please don't forget to be here next Sunday at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time, because we're going to continue this. It's even going to be longer. It's going to be more informative. It's going to be more exciting. I promise you. I know a few times tonight it got kind of boring, but I want to give y'all that scripture and that background so that I can back up what I'm saying, and you can, not just because I don't think you believe me, but because I want you to be able to do your own research and make up your own mind. You might not come to some of the same opinions that I came to, and that's welcome. I want that here because that's called open-mindedness and debate, and I love that. So thank you guys so much for joining us tonight. Please come back next Sunday so we can continue this series. We love you guys so much. Couldn't do this without you. Would not do this without you. Definitely couldn't do the paranormal without my team. Would not do the paranormal without my team. I love them too much. Thank you guys so much. I want you to do me a huge favor this week, if you could, please. I don't care who it is, how it is, or where it is. Please make somebody smile. And I mean a grin from ear to ear, too. Do what you can to make somebody feel good this week. We love you guys so much. I hope you have a paranormal weekend. We will see you next Sunday at 9 Central Standard Time. Take care. God bless.